Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the channel. Prehistoria here. I got another of the Muldoon Vlogs ready to go. Last one we ended had the Dilophosaurus showing up, literally at the tail end, having spat attacked Manuel off of the top of the perimeter wall. So I'm curious what this one's going to do, or show I should say. So before I get into it, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, turning on your bell notifications. In the comments below, if there's any games you want me to check out, any movies you want me to check out, shows you want me to check out, I will go ahead and check this out. As far as reviews are concerned, reaction-wise, I don't have an editing PC right now. This one can game, but its editing capabilities are really, really bad. So it might be a little while before I do that. But this is Ali Awada's channel. His channel will be in the description, along with the link to this video. And then for YouTube, this falls within fair use. I'm doing a reaction. I'm going to be pausing it to get thoughts. And then there will be a review at the end, like a culmination thoughts or whatever. And yeah, let's go ahead and see what this Muldoon log has for us. Back on with the Velociraptors.
Have you had a chance to watch the footage, Jerry?
Yeah, I did, Muldoon.
What do you think? Have you seen anything like this before?
Not with the Dilos, no. What exactly did the foreman say to you he saw?
He said it spat at Manuel.
And Manuel was on the retaining wall?
Yes, we're talking some 50 feet up, Jerry.
Wow.
He said it
Hell of a
spat
spit.
something, hitting Manuel in the face. The man begins screaming, complaining he can't see. He said he stumbled blindly towards the barrier and fell over the wall into the enclosure.
Yikes, that's crazy.
He survives the fall, tries to stand, starts shaking, and then the foreman described him as not moving. I sounded the horns. You know more than anyone how the Dilos are pretty responsive to the horns. And Arnold told me all of them are in the holding pen now.
Where are they taking Manuel?
Probably Bahia and Nasco.
Okay. Where are you now?
I'm heading to the holding pen to see what I can find out, Jerry. To the rear of the river cruise is the Dilophosaurus holding pen. This pen is used to round the animals. Jerry Harding accidentally discovered that the Dilos are particularly responsive to the sound of horns. So horn recordings are blasted from speakers around the Dilo paddock that help herd the animals into this holding pen. The pen is deliberately maintained several degrees cooler and at a lower light level than the surrounding paddocks because the Dilophosaurs carry a known genetic skin disorder, which leaves their skin unusually susceptible to ultraviolet exposure. Prolonged sunlight results in
Okay, so my question is, the one dude, after Manuel fell, why didn't he sound the horns to get them to come here? Why did he wait till Muldoon showed up? Seems like you left your buddy there to get eaten to me.
rapid sunburn, blistering, and possible secondary infection. For that reason, shade is paramount in their enclosure. You'll notice that within their enclosure is dense canopy cover.
And also, if they know that they spit, why is that chain link and not like plastic or plexiglass or something like that? Doesn't make sense to me.
Artificial and controlled lighting cycles limiting UV exposure. The cooler, darker environment keeps the animals calmer, reduces pacing, and prevents visible skin damage. It's quite a small area, and there are 7 animals in here. The Dilophosaurs
7?
are painfully shy dinosaurs. InGen made 2 batches of them, and Henry Wu was quick to jump on the idea of having the most up-to-date recreations, and began work on sequencing the genome of Dilophosaurus sinensis, the newer of the Dilo species, fossils of which having been excavated as recently as the 80s. This species is smaller, and there's 4 of them in here.
Okay.
Hammond saw the 4 adults Henry had recreated and wasn't too impressed. He insisted Henry genetically engineer the Dilophosaurus weatherilli, the larger of the 2. 3 of them were cloned, and both species live in this same enclosure here at Jurassic Park without issue.
What?
I want to show both species if possible. Both are nocturnal, so it's very likely that they are sleeping at the moment. Here we go. This is Dilosinensis, the smaller species. These guys are less prone to the sunburn skin issue, yet I have witnessed peeling between the crests if they're out of the shade for prolonged periods of time. These guys grow to about 4 foot tall and are mostly timid, yet they start to become curious about you pretty quickly if you hang about them for a bit. However, they tend to be pretty quiet most of the time. Sorry, girl. Back to sleep.
Okay, so the ones we saw in the movies are these ones. Because they're not that big.
Hear that?
Uh-huh.
If you didn't know there were Dilophosaurs here, you'd be forgiven in thinking that what you're hearing is the hooting of an owl. But it's no owl. That's the call of Dilophosaurus weatherilli. They actually creep me out. Like I said, they're the larger of the 2 species, but they're actually quite attentive to people. I would say the closest thing to them would probably be Australia's cassowary. But they are quite remarkable animals. They tend to deeply focus on their handlers and study them closely. And they have what I believe to be a very haunting characteristic.
Okay.
And I want to document such. She's right there. If I can just get her to step out.
Dude, we could see her before you zoomed in like that. Don't try to play sweet on me now. There it is. She's gone? Yep.
Shit! And this is why they creep me out. See this behavioral display? They seem to size up their opponent in an attempt to intimidate equally sized threats. As you can see, this girl is quite a bit larger than the Sinensis species, the green ones. She stands at about 8 foot tall, which already gives a cassowary a run for its money. But this display would make anyone fear for their lives. The first time I encountered this animal was on orientation to the park, and it was nighttime. This thing nearly made me fire an entire round into my pants with that creepy sway and hooting it does. But it's absolutely a beautiful animal with that jaguar-like hide and those red crests atop its head. That's a chopper coming to collect Manuel from the Dilo enclosure. I'm waiting for them to airlift him out, and then I want to enter while these girls are still in here. But by the looks of it, it'll be evening before Regis makes the call to allow any of us to re-enter the enclosure. He's the park's PR person, and what that means here is he needs to make sure any accident is promptly contained and no one asks questions.
So my question is, can the big one spit? I don't see the frill on its neck, so maybe not. Alright, 1 second, y'all. We're back. I didn't want to, copyright for them fucking ads, so here we go.
Now in the Dilophosaur enclosure proper. This habitat is currently part of two major rides at the park, the electric vehicle tour and the jungle river cruise. The back end of this paddock leads up to the retaining wall that poor Manuel fell off. I've become so curious to see something that I thought I saw when I first peered down off the wall, and then later thought I spotted in the footage.
Okay. I'm a little nervous about these dinosaur sounds I'm hearing, though.
Here's the retaining wall. And here's where Manuel landed. The poor soul's helmet is still in the water. And this is the interesting part that I wanted to take note of.
Spit?
This black substance pooling around the helmet. Let me take a closer look.
Just don't touch it. Well, I sound like the T-Rex.
On the water here, I don't like thick, black, almost tar-like. Not natural runoff, not oil. It's viscous. It doesn't smell like anything I recognize.
Are you sure it isn't decomposed plant matter or resin? That enclosure's humid, plenty of biological breakdown. Don't touch your face, whatever you do. Does it feel warm? Any reaction on your skin?
Negative on the heat. It's cold, actually. But it's not sap. Sap doesn't coat like this. It's not like honey.
Dilophosaurs aren't known to excrete anything like that. Are there injuries on the dilos? Any signs of illness?
That's the troubling part. I checked them after we herded them into the holding pen. Clean, alert, no visible trauma,
So they
no
don't know that they
lethargy.
spit.
Yet this substance is on some of the
Interesting.
railings atop the wall Manuel fell from. I can easily understand slipping on something like this.
You're implying some kind of defensive secretion, Muldoon.
Yeah.
I'm moving in deeper, Jerry. I'll sweep the perimeter first, then work inward. If there's more of that substance, it won't all be on bare rock.
Proceed slowly. Dense vegetation traps residue. Anything expelled with force will settle low once gravity takes over. Watch for patterns, not just accumulation. Smears and streaks, pooling at the base of stems. That's where behavior leaves its fingerprints.
Water's cloudy here. Silt and organic matter, but nothing stands out yet. No sheen on the surface, no discoloration. If this were waste runoff, I'd expect a gradient. There's nothing consistent.
That's why the lower vegetation matters, Robert. Fecal waste follows predictable patterns. It breaks down quickly in water, disperses evenly, clings loosely to plant matter. You'd see diffuse staining, microbial bloom, a smell, ammonia, sulfur compounds.
That tree, maybe.
It certainly wouldn't appear elevated unless carried by flood surge, and the jungle river hasn't flooded to that scale.
So if it's concentrated under the brush...
Then it suggests deposition, not runoff.
I'm checking the bases now. Nothing, just rot, mud, and insect life. Normal decay. If this substance was here recently, it's not widespread. Whatever happened, it happened in a narrow corridor.
That narrows the event window. It means the worker didn't stumble into a contaminated area by chance.
No.
He intersected it. And if there's no residue beneath the vegetation elsewhere, then this isn't a chronic biological byproduct. It's episodic.
I don't like episodic animals, Jerry. Especially ones we think we understand. I'm coming up empty so far. No pooled residue in the low spots. Either it was cleaned by the rain or it was never meant to linger.
Or it was precise. Used once.
Mark
Like
my
an archer
words,
fish.
Jerry, there's more to the dilos than we know. I've
You
reached
think?
drier ground now, no standing water. If that black substance was carried by runoff, it should thin out here.
We'd need to examine the cellular architecture under light microscopy. If it's fecal in origin, you'll see fragmented plant cells, microbial colonies. If it's secreted tissue, you'll find organized structure.
Okay, so what I don't get is if he was this highly interested in figuring out what this black goo. I mean, we know what it is, right? Because we saw the movie. It's Dilo spit. Um, why wouldn't he have had something on him, like a test tube or a petri dish, and had collected some from the water? Because you can separate the water from it, especially with the fact that the spit was sitting at the top. That means the water's lighter, so the shit floats. You know what I mean? So why wouldn't he have taken a test from there?
Glandular cells, protein matrices.
So you're looking for intent again, design versus waste.
Precisely. If it's a bodily secretion or there's an enzymatic agent involved, histology will show proteins, crystallized enzymes, or storage vesicles.
Let me run something by you, Jerry.
Sure.
Is it possible that this substance is a kind of venom?
Oh,
Picture it like this. That substance behaving like a hunting aid. If it can be expelled accurately, it explains the splatter height and why a man lost his footing so fast. A blinding or incapacitating agent meant to immobilize a prey item without a prolonged struggle.
Yep.
venom as a projectile.
Yes, spitting cobra style.
That would require specialized anatomy, not something that appears accidentally. Fossil records never suggested it, but I will admit our animals are already diverged from expectation.
We sedate one and conduct exploratory surgery. Check the maxilla, the jawline, the neck. If there are glands, ducts, anything resembling a storage structure, people are getting hurt because we're assuming limits that may not exist.
Yep.
Muldoon, you know John would kick up a stink about putting one under the knife for the sake of exploration.
True, but let's say he's on board and we confirm anything even close to the idea of these animals being venomous. Containment protocols must change immediately. The river cruise cannot stay as it is.
Yep.
Open boats filled with people. If these animals can project something outward, distance and shielding become mandatory. Shit!
You all right, Muldoon?
Yeah, Jerry. Compies.
Ah, the cleanup crew are there.
They're feeding on something, Jerry. Looks like hatchling birds. And Jerry, there's that same black substance.
Small prey wouldn't require physical restraint. This aligns far more with envenomation than blunt force predation.
If the Dilophosaurs did this, they didn't need to chase or climb. They let this substance do the work.
Venom used on prey implies a deliberate targeting behavior.
So the
Enough to
Dilos
kill
were a lot
birds,
smarter than people
possibly
gave
enough
credit.
to paralyze a man.
That means we're done pretending this is theoretical. Birds today, workers tomorrow, guests after that if we're careless. This confirms it for me. These animals are hunting, with more than teeth and claws, and the park is not designed for predators that hunt from a distance.
And watch yourself around the compies. Don't let them nip you.
This is one of 7 lookout.
Yeah, I was gonna say Muldoon's very calm for the fact that there are 2 compies there. Because usually if there's 2, there's like 25 other ones, you know what I'm saying?
Points along the length of the jungle river throughout the park. This one peers into the Dilophosaur enclosure specifically, but the others look out onto Sauropod Swamp to see the Apatosaurs and Hadrosaurs, etc., with the river eventually winding through the aviary. Still far from
Aviary on
completion,
the
but the
first
general idea is guests can join the river cruise at any one of these 7 entry points, board a raft, and sail past several enclosures to get that up-close and personal experience that Hammond wants for all his guests. There's still a boarding ramp and jetty and things to add here, with the date of completion being somewhere before the end of next year. Yet, regarding the Dilos specifically, Hammond definitely won't be thrilled about the idea of having large segments of this ride change so drastically. He's
Yeah,
always
well-
said that he doesn't want his guests to feel like they are watching animals in a zoo. Getting them
happened to the
close
whole
to the
spare
animals
no
is
expense
something
thing?
he won't budge on. He always says everyone in the world has a right to enjoy these animals. Enjoy being the key word, not just view them, but enjoy them. But with safety in mind, either some sort of glass barricade needs to be erected alongside the electric fences to prevent the Dilophosaurs from shooting guests in the face with what is potentially venom.
Yep.
Or the rafts used on the Jungle River ride need to be enclosed. Both options call for divorcing the park visitor from the attraction. And if I know Hammond, which I do very well, He won't want to explore either option. I've got some movement in there. One of the dilos might be taking a swim, which is rare. They can swim, but all the workers here have never spotted one actually crossing water. So this might be a first.
How low does that fence go into the water?
No way.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. What? I missed it.
Here have never spotted one actually crossing water. So this might be a first. No way.
I couldn't tell what that was.
Swim, but all the workers here have never spotted one actually
I mean, they'll
crossing
probably
water.
explain it in the other one, but like,
So this might be a
what?
first. No
Is that a velociraptor?
way.
Is that what that's supposed to be? I couldn't tell. I'm gonna assume it was supposed to be a velociraptor. I don't know. Couldn't really tell much about it. The fact that he said no way, I'm assuming it's a velociraptor because it's something that's not supposed to be there. Because you could see the head, but you couldn't see if it had the frills or whatever you want to call it for the dilo. So I'm gonna assume it was a raptor. And if they are having this many issues with the raptors, then I have no idea how they're able to even get like Dr. Grant and Sadler and Malcolm and the lawyer onto the island to actually see these animals if they couldn't contain them. So I don't know, folks. Once again, fantastic. I loved it. I'm not huge on dilos. They're not my biggest favorite. I do appreciate the fact that they did show the one that's actually like 8-foot long, whatever one. Because those are the dilos I knew about. The ones that spit haven't been scientifically proven. Could they have existed? Sure. But a lot of the times when you look up information about a Dilophosaurus, they specifically say that the spitting mechanism and the frill that are shown in Jurassic Park are not scientific accurate. So I enjoyed it. I believe there's one more. It's the one that premiered tonight as of the recording of this one and the previous one that I did. I'm recording these back to back. So I'm going to be checking that one out. Again, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. His channel will be in the description below. And I'll catch everybody later.